you eat that hash brown.
1 second.
They are nice.
They are really nice.
Game begin.
Hi, and welcome to my coffee shop date. So I'm Maya, and you are...
I'm Faidah. Nice to meet
And
you.
we're going to be talking a little bit around BT apprenticeship and apprenticeship schemes in general. So can you just give me a little bit of a taster into what apprenticeship scheme you do and some of the skills that involves?
Okay. I'm a Digital Technology Solutions apprentice in the consultancy sector. So I'm more like talking to customers, but also I can be designing things. It depends on like the team that I'm in. So I go from either building apps to building websites to talking to customers, and it ranges throughout the day. So
Yeah, that's a cool one. What are some of your day-to-day responsibilities?
okay, so actually, when coming, I didn't know that I would get to rotate every year during my whole 4 years. I thought when I come, it would be a thing where, obviously when I read the job description, it's kind of thing like it will be problem solving, that you need math skills, all that type of thing, and you'll be in run role. That's the thing that I got from the job description. I wasn't told anything about rotating. I get to experience different parts of the business and obviously gain different skills and experiences, which I feel like long-term wise and future job wise will be good, because I'm able to say I've been in this team, been in this team, been in this team, all within 4 years. Especially with an apprenticeship, you know, it's all about gaining experience. Of course, I get my degree, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Something my mum loves. But it was the experience more thing. So I was like, okay, I love the fact that what I came in thinking I was gonna do has changed a little bit, because when I came in, I didn't know that I wanted to do either like stick in coding or data analysis. I had like an idea that I want to go into data, and like I like maths, I like more problem solving, but I didn't know specifically. So when they told me I get to rotate and kind of go around the business, I was like, I love that. Yeah, give me some of that, because
It's like a try before you buy situation.
exactly. So I was like, okay, I get to try and see what I like, see what I don't like. So let's say at the end of the apprenticeship, I get to now choose which team within the 4 years I loved the most, and then go into that. And I was like, you know what, I'm sold. Like before I was sold when I came into the apprenticeship, but now I'm even more sold.
In terms of like the roles that you've done to this point, what's been your favourite, why, and what are some of the key skills that you've learned?
This last one that I'm in right now,
Okay, tell
I'm
me a little bit
loving
more.
it.
What does that entail?
so I'm a designer, so I get to speak to like small, medium companies, obviously externally, because BT work with external companies and internal companies, type of thing where they buy our products.
Okay.
So I've had to learn how to use those skills, how to gather requirements, how to talk to customers. Like as I said, I'm a consultancy-based apprentice, so talking to customers, and me being who I am, like personality-wise, I love talking.
Yeah.
Like, obviously with this new team that I'm in, I get to talk to customers, but also build their, what we call it an IVR, so it's a call flow system. So obviously in contact centres, you know, if you call it for your phone bill,
Yeah.
if it was to say like press 1 to go to sales, press 2 customer service, all that type of thing. So I build that to see like how the customer will go from one agent to another, or one sector to another, and I absolutely love it.
What had you heard about BT and the way that they look after their staff previously? I know that a lot of people do stick around at BT. I have had managers that have been in BT for about 30, 40 years. So I think that kind of gave me a little bit more hope that I would feel secure in the role. But like, what was your opinion on that coming in, or even now, 3 years later?
From what I've seen, I've been treated like absolutely amazing as an apprentice, like just alone as early careers within BT. Then I applied to loads and loads of different apprenticeships, because obviously it's very competitive and
It is competitive.
you don't know where you'll get in and get out, and I got loads of rejections, and I got accepted to a few as well. So obviously just before you get accepted, you do an assessment centre, which is basically the last stage of when like the whole interview and application process.
Yeah.
My BT assessment centre, I had 2 buddies, like when I was on break or if I was on lunch, like during the assessment centre day, because obviously assessment centres were a whole day type of thing.
Yeah.
So I had either a buddy or like someone with me the entire day. So if I had any questions, or in between my interview and like my team projects, because obviously I'm not going to go from interview team projects like back to back. It was like maybe a 30-minute break before each section. So
you felt supported in that time,
Exactly.
isn't it? And that really makes you want to work somewhere. It's nice to actually feel valued in a company rather than just feeling like one out of how many thousands of people.
And from even when I came in, it was even more clarified. So we all, like all the apprentices, I can't remember if it was grads as well, but I know like all the apprentices got to basically meet each other under one roof, and they paid for like the accommodation, all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm liking this. And it was like a massive event. We did obviously work things during the day, and then we had like a day out type of thing at night. And it was so much fun. I made so many friends there, and I was like, okay. And this was like the first few months of me joining. So I was like, yeah, 100%. Oh, hash browns?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I love a hash brown. How do you think the apprenticeship scheme has kind of gotten you ready to roll off the scheme next year?
Okay.
And have you got an idea of a role that you would love to go into based off the experiences you've had on the scheme?
This role that I'm in now, because the way I'm loving it is a different feeling, because with the apprenticeship, when I started, it was a bit slow, because I started in October, and obviously it's kind of towards Christmas time, Halloween, everything, and things were kind of slowing down. So when you come in, and loads of people I know have had the same experience, it's a slow start, you feel like you're not doing anything, but people say that's the best time to kind of network and make connections and meet the different employees and kind of talk. As soon as it hit January 2023, it was like go, go, go. It was like everyone was doing something, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, I'm busy every day, or like I feel like I have a goal. I did feel like I was doing something, like I did do a lot, like I made a whole power ups for an internal team. I did loads of like shoots and going to careers events and things like that. I did do a lot, but I feel like with this last one, I feel more like I'm really impacting something, like I'm making those decisions with literally like customers that are paying money for BT's like products and things. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm like, it's a thing where like, oh, if I'm not here, nothing's working. And I'm like, yeah, I'm that girl, like you need me to do something before anything can move on. Whereas before it was kind of like, oh, I'm just an apprentice.
I think BT's got the flexibility right and the process right, especially with apprenticeships in terms of having that balance. I think that's what's really good about kind of the process that we've been on. I know that our courses are different, but they're all kind of set up in the same way, right? In terms of you're either rotational or you're not, but most are rotational. And that gives you the opportunity to try things out and just see where you get on the best. If you need help in any aspect, did you feel like you could reach out to people that would be able to guide you?
100%. I feel like, especially with how much BT, like the people they take, like the amount of apprentices they take in and grads they take in, there was a big community of apprentices around us. So I feel like we all had similar feelings and like experiences, but then we all helped each other out type of thing. And there were people that, it wasn't just obviously my intake from 2022, there was past intakes from before. And especially in my team, there were 2 people who started 2 years before, someone who started a year before, and I got to hear and like ask them for advice.
From them as well.
I loved it. I loved my team because I had like grads, I had apprentices, all from like different places, and my manager was really good with doing team days. So we always used to meet up and do like go golf or like have dinner and have like team meetups, and it was the best thing. Like I was everywhere. I was in Newcastle, I was in Bristol, I was in Manchester, I was everywhere like every other month.
And I know that you're really involved in a lot of the networks that we have at BT. I always see you in the group chats and things. Can you tell me a little bit about that, what kind of role you play in some of these networks and how that's helped you on your journey as an apprentice?
It has definitely made my apprenticeship journey lots of fun. Like it's been a very big part of my apprenticeship journey. From when I started, there was this person who I spoke about before, Sophie, who reached out to me one day and she was like, would you like to do a careers talk? Because she remembers me from obviously when I did my apprenticeship, and I was really happy when I got my apprenticeship, and I was like smiling my head off and shouting, oh my God, I got an apprenticeship, I got an apprenticeship. So she reached out to me and said, oh, would you like to kind of speak to students and things? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Even though I was a bit scared and it's not something like I thought I'll be doing, especially.
A bit out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, like a bit, but like more out of my comfort zone in the sense of, because I do talk a lot and like I like talking to people. Before I came, I vlog.
Oh, Okay.
I had a YouTube channel, no one should find it, but I had a YouTube channel that I used to do with my sister, and I
Click
would
the link
vlog.
below.
I did all of that. Like, I loved being on social media. Since then, she would call me for every single event and things like that. So I went from doing career talks to then doing panel discussions, and then to doing like photo shoots, and then doing like social media things, TikTok, and then from there, I'll actually go to a school, talk to students like a class. A lot of them would ask me loads of questions kind of after, and they'll be like, oh my God, I loved your story was very inspirational. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I can do something with this information.
It's nice to be kind of like that mentorship
Yeah.
person for people that are kind of coming up and deciding what they want to do. I know that previously apprenticeships, they weren't really the traditional route
They weren't.
that people were taking. You know, it was either your university or you go find a job. There wasn't that kind of middle.
There was not.
And I think that's where apprenticeships really fit in, isn't it? Is that you are on the job learning, gaining a qualification, meeting new people, getting immersed within the corporate space. But then also at the end, you are kind of set up for a successful career, I guess. What are some of the skills that you've learned that are going to kind of help you in your first substantive role?
I think the fact that I'm in a team that I want to stay in, but also because I got to go to like career events and talk to students, like that whole talking aspect of knowing people around me and like gaining those connections has helped me now, because obviously the team I'm in now, if I start talking to people and be like, oh yeah, I do want to come into this role later, like let's say the manager I'm talking to of this team, I'm telling him, oh, I want to come into this role, like I'm going to be under you type of thing, like be ready for me.
Yeah.
It's already put into their head like, oh, she's ready to work.
Serious about this role.
I'm serious about this role. So that talking aspect and really putting myself out there, I didn't know how to do before I came into the apprenticeship. I'll kind of just wait for things to come to me, or I wouldn't be like, oh, I want this or I want that. Because I realised with this whole apprenticeship journey, if you don't say what you want, no one will know.
Yeah.
Or like, no one can read your mind.
So, if a friend or family, or even when you're on these panel talks and things like that, if you were to give out one piece of advice that you have learned over the 3 years to somebody that's looking to get an apprenticeship, what would it be?
So when I get asked about how to get an apprenticeship and things, my first thing is let's put yourself out there first. Because I didn't realise how scared people were to first submit your application or even get your foot first through the door. Because I get it's scary, but if you don't do it, I always have the mindset of if you never try, you will never know. I used to tell people, first put yourself out there, and whoever like you're applying to, let them see who you are as a person instead of just obviously what you've put on your CV or like on books in terms of like grades or like what you did the work experience wise. They also want to see who you are as a person and if you're a good fit for the company.
It's a culture thing as well, I think, at BT. It's that, are you a fit, not just for the role, but also like the team element as well.
Team.
So I think that's really important. And I'd definitely say, maybe even put yourself out on like LinkedIn or contact the hiring managers directly. I think sometimes that's really helpful to build just the connection, and it'll be easier.
Networking is a powerful thing. People don't realise networking is so powerful.
Networking.
Yeah.